it the height of the tackle, or was it not wrapping the arm enough?
No, nothing upset me. If it was legal, we just have to latch on and do it the same, man. Nothing irritated me. If it was legal, we should just do it because it's very effective. And you can't let, it's obviously to tackle a guy like André Esterhuizen like that and stop him in his track, that's unbelievable. So we'll just have to try and practice that.
Sense of a bit of sarcasm there, is that correct?
No, not at all. Not at all. No, I just really think it's really effective, man.
What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is about what you saw in the video before this one, as well as the title. Rassie Erasmus is coaching the Farrell Tackle. So obviously we all know that World Rugby said there's nothing wrong with Owen's tackle. It was legal, he gripped the ball and all that stuff. And as you saw in Rassie's press conference, he said that he's going to coach it, because if it's legal, why not? It's a good and effective way to get the ball away, as you could clearly see. As soon as Owen Farrell made contact with Esterhuizen, he lost the ball. England got the ball, kicked it out and won. So why not? If it's illegal, let's coach it out. Obviously we all will disagree. We'll see the funny side of Rassie's training video that he did today. And well, if Eddie Jones can do it, why not South Africa as well? Have a little bit of fun, play a little bit of banter with World Rugby, because honestly, let's face it, there was a shoulder involved. Yes, a little arm wrap around, but clearly that was going into him hard, and it's against the rules. So we thought. So, you know what, again, I'm going to stick by what I said before. If South Africa had capitalised on their opportunities before all of this, Malcolm Marx getting the lineouts right, South Africa wouldn't have been in that situation that they were at the end of the game. That's not the reason why we lost the game. Yes, if he had kicked it over, we would have won, but he also could have missed the kick and we could have lost. So either way, that was a foul and penalty clean as day for me, but I still feel if South Africa had contributed into the opportunities that we could have and capitalised, we could have beaten England over on Saturday night. So yeah, a little bit of fun for this one. But good on Rassie for having a little of a go at World Rugby. I mean, who else wouldn't? I mean, let's face it, if this was Bucky's Boerter who did that tackle, red card. If this was Butch James, red card. If it was 20 minutes before, Owen probably would have definitely got penalised. Would he have got a card? I don't know. We will actually never know. But it happened, it's in the past, time to move on. But after seeing that video today, I wanted to have a little brief chat about it and share my thoughts. You know, I think it's good old banter. I know I was chirping Eddie Jones for calling South Africa simple, but I thought this was quite humorous from Rassie Erasmus. And why not? If it's legal, why not coach it to Esterhuizen? But it was a classic video. I quite enjoyed that. But in other Springbok news, Faf De Klerk has been cleared to play. He's been released from Sale Sharks and he's allowed to play for the Springboks against France this upcoming weekend, as well as Willie Le Roux, two big impact players that we were missing this past weekend. Faf has been such an impact towards South African rugby, especially this year. He's really been a gem who's controlled the game, who's played his heart out. He's been the real force of South African rugby this year. And Willie is just a genius in his field of work. He's a hard player, he's a good tackler, he's a good runner, good ball catcher, and he also gives it his absolute all whenever the Springboks are playing. So for me, the fact that we've got these two gems back gives us a lot of confidence going into the test match against France this weekend. It's going to be an epic test match, it really is. A lot is on the line, and when I say that, I mean South Africa need to redeem themselves from the poor performance that we had last weekend against England. They need to capitalise on all the mistakes they've made. They need to show the public that they're not just a once-off team, that they're not just to play the All Blacks. They play great. They can play great against any other team. They just need to go in there focused, motivated, with passion, pride and love for the game. If they can do that, we can definitely beat France. But the added help with Faf De Klerk and Willie Le Roux being allowed is absolutely amazing news for South African fans. And obviously world fans who love watching Faf. I think it's great news. Obviously Faf, we didn't think was actually going to play at all during the November internationals due to the deal Saru made with Sale to allow him to play the championship. So it's great news that he's back. He's got experience overseas. He knows the weather temperatures. He can give some good advice, as well as Willie, Francois Louw's back, and all those great players. So Chesney Colby even, who's had a very good few weeks overseas. So it's very good news for South African rugby that we have these boykies back to help grow and develop, and give them the experience that we need in order to it. Because let's face it, we looked a little lost on the ball. Passing wasn't too hot. Van Zyl didn't do a bad job, but we didn't have that confidence that we had under Faf. We didn't have that security under Faf. I mean, you were always confident that the pass was going to go, but Van Zyl took too long for me, whereas Faf doesn't. He gets the ball. The box kicks, I think we have better chance with Faf doing it because he's more experienced. He's trained for this the past couple of months. I mean, South Africa's been together for quite some time now, so they're going in there with their team again who played during the championship, so it's good. But what I do recommend Rassie does is that he still plays off the bench. So if it's Van Zyl, Schroeder or Papier on the bench, swap them around so they can get game time and not just let Faf play the whole game, because once again you're increasing a risk of injury, which we can't afford at the moment. You're tiring the bloke out, and also you're not growing your other scrum-halves, which we have to do, especially to the build-up to the Rugby World Cup next year. We need to get this in order if we are wanting to pick up a victory, or if we're wanting to show the world that South Africa are here to compete on the highest level and are contenders to winning the World Cup. So we need to use our players well. We need to use our bench well as well, and be confident in the players that we pick. Otherwise, we're going to go nowhere. But an epic day, some great news for South Africa having Faf back. I am over the moon, and I'm sure a lot of people will also be over the moon that he's back. And obviously Rassie causing a little bit of chaos, as you can say, trolling the World Rugby guys. But apparently they came back with no comment. They had no comment for it, but obviously the world had comment today. Social media had comments today. And a lot of people seem to be with Rassie on this one. I'm sure Eddie Jones might have a thing or two to say about it, but you know what, make a fun thing out of a tough situation. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, Esterhuizen could have been knocked out or something, then maybe Angus would have looked at it. But what got me, and I know I'm hopping on it, but it's a point that needs to be proved, that I think it's Stuart Barnes, if I've got his name right, the English commentator. He said you cannot do that. He will be surprised if it's not a penalty. He says you can't put the shoulder in. He agreed that it was a shoulder. This is an English commentator, a home boy, saying this. So for me, if the home commentators are saying it, then why the hell can't you say it? Obviously, it's a tough thing to do in the 82nd minute. Angus was probably scared because, I mean, let's face it, that English crowd would have booed the holy heck out of him. So maybe it was a risky one to call, but it happens. These things happen. It's time to move on, forget about it, and focus on what's ahead. South Africa play France, England play New Zealand. So much exciting rugby to look forward to. So let's forget about the tackle, move on. South Africa could have won if they capitalised on the opportunities, and that's one thing. If you're a South African fan, you need to remember, yes, it was a penalty, yes, he could have kicked it over and won, but he also could have missed it and lost. Remember that. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Something different, a little bit more humorous, but also some fantastic news of Faf De Klerk being called back to the Springbok squad. Amazing stuff for Springbok Rugby. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all future rugby uploads. So much more to come, so make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.